Hello, welcome to Kiki's chat show. I think I'm 1 minute early, so I should wait, and when it strikes 9, I should say welcome again. Hello, welcome to Kiki's chat show. Today is the 23rd of December 2020. 2 more days to Christmas. Now, Christmas really is a time of celebration, eating, family, presents, and all of that. However, this year, a lot of people are not going to see their family members. A lot of people are going to be on their own. A lot of people are not going to get any presents because sometimes it's through work that they get their presents. Sometimes it's through meeting people that they get presents. None of that is going to happen now. And also, this year has been so sad that around this Christmas time that is upon us in 2 days, some people are going to be sad. They're going to be mourning their relatives who have passed away. They're going to be thinking deeply about how the year went, and so on and so forth. Now, this year, I have been talking about self-love. I've been talking about self-worth. I've been talking about safety. I've been talking about building yourself up. I've also been talking about valuing yourself and learning to entertain yourself, knowing your worth. Now, we've done all sorts of discussions. We've talked about COVID. We've talked about people. We've met new people. We've done all sorts. 2020 has been interesting, to say the least. And one of the ways to describe it has been chaotic. We've had a very chaotic year. So maybe this is a time for us to think about how we view our lives while we're alive and moving forward. There are a lot of people who have sacrificed their lives for us, like nurses or frontline workers, and we really should start respecting them if we haven't done before. We've taken a lot of things for granted. Now, nurses, doctors, psychologists, and all of these people, frontline workers, people who even clean the hospitals, people who clean places, teachers, who are also frontline. They're there while people take their children to school and then go off to work. Teachers are looking after these children, supply teachers. All of these people are very important, and they are very important. And we are seeing that bankers are not that important. Teachers are more important. Nurses are more important. Doctors are more important. COVID-19 has been shattering. It has shattered a lot of lives. There are some people who don't know anyone who's had COVID. All they're concerned about is they are being made to wear masks and they're being asked to stay at home. But that is not the situation for a lot of other people. People have lost colleagues. People have lost friends. People have lost neighbors. My neighbor across the road, his wife died. I've lost my cousin in the States. Terrible things have happened. And in all time, we're alive. And while we're alive, we need to be appreciative of that. we need to also be grateful for some of the people who have jobs, because people have been furloughed, have lost, there's so much that people are thinking about. Now, if you have children and you've lost your job and you're not sure what's going to happen and you're all at home, all of that is stress in itself. So today, I myself decided to reflect on my situation, some of them. And people are very curious about me. And so they keep asking me questions. People inbox me questions. People inbox me. I've had a lot of people asking me if I'm in a relationship, which I find very strange. What has that got to do with anything? People have even asked me, as random as things go, whether I wear only red lipstick. I thought that was funny. The first one, I thought that was funny. And I thought, oh, what does he want to know about my red lipstick? Is there anything wrong with me wearing red lipstick? But then asked me as the year went, of these shows, I'm like, oh, okay. I like my lipstick. I do my other colors. But when I'm facing people, going out or even going to work, I wear red lipstick. That's me. I've always wanted to wear lipstick from when I was a little girl. And so when I could buy my own lipstick, the first color I bought was pink. It did not suit my color. So I settled on red. And red is good for me. If I am not wearing any type of makeup, no foundation, nothing, and I put my red lipstick on, I'm good to go. I love my lipsticks. So I have different types of red lipsticks. I have a cooler, darker red that I wear to funerals. I have a bright red that I may wear to a club or a party. I have the red I'm wearing now when I'm going to work or coming on radio show or just being understated. So, people, the red stays. I wear that all the time. But why people want to know, I don't know. Anyway, somebody is saying that the numbers are increasing, and I'm sure she's talking about the COVID, and we need to listen to scientists. It is true. We really need to listen to scientists. The COVID or this new strain that has come is quite dangerous. And I hear you can get it on contact, but I'm not sure because I haven't got a doctor here or a nurse here. I can't say, but the code to enter my broadcast is on the description of this show on Facebook Live. And so you can click on it if you like and come on and join me and we can have a chat. And if you are versed in anything, I will ask you questions so that you can tell me. But anyway, coming back to the line of my reflections, these are all questions that people have asked me. And so I am going to try and answer them as best as I can. I'm not going to talk about, people don't believe it when I say I am a very shy person. I am, I'm very shy. And I am very private. However, I can fight my corner and I can be very gobby as well if I have to be. So there you go. Now, what is my question? My first question is, how do you describe this year? How do I describe this year? Well, this year I'm going to use keywords and then I'll explain why. Unprecedented. Unprecedented because when we were in 2019 and we were entering 2020, it was very exciting and we thought we were going to do all sorts of things. None of it really materialized. All of the great plans that I had didn't come on because suddenly COVID came on and we're stuck at home. So a lot of the things that one planned didn't come to be. Healing. This year, 2020, has actually been healing for me because my life is very busy normally. And I get up in the morning by 6:30, trying to do several things. Got the telly on, I'm listening to the news, I'm getting ready. I am doing all sorts of things, checking what my day is going to be before I dash out and head to work. While I'm at work, it's hectic. I leave work and come home. In the evenings, I'm always doing research for the next show, which is on Wednesday, like today. So it's always hectic. And the journey to work, back, looking for parking, I mean, it's crazy. Now, I say healing because now I do not have to struggle. I do not have to look for parking. I do not have to get on the bus. Sometimes the bus is late. No, I haven't got any of that anymore. I use my travel time to meditate. I do get up at the same time, but I use my travel time to meditate. And I meditate. Sometimes I don't say anything. I just wake up and I sit down and I center myself. Sometimes I do it on my bed. Sometimes I come downstairs. In the summer, it was actually quite beautiful because I would come and sit down. I have a small area, which is my meditation area, and I sit there quietly. Nobody calls me at that time. And I try not to think. I drain my brain for a little bit, and then I start to think. And I really, really, really am very grateful that I have that time. So I am, and I all the things that I've wanted to do normally that I don't get chance to do, meditation is one of them. And now I meditate, and I don't know, maybe you can see my centering. Maybe you can feel my calmness. I don't know. But I think I'm a little bit more calmer. And my younger son, he kind of thinks I'm always screaming at them. But the other day he said to me, "You don't scream that much." And I think it's meditation. I'm calmer, and I know it myself. I'm appreciative. I appreciate the fact that I know where everyone is. I appreciate the fact that we're alive. I appreciate the fact that whoever is looking after us is looking after us. And it's the universe, it's whoever, God. It's all good. Challenging. I have found this year quite challenging because this year people have died. I know people who have died. My colleague, in the first year of the COVID, when we all came home, in the first week, my colleague passed away at work. And then after that, it became somebody's midwife, somebody's friend, somebody's ex, and it just carried on. So that has been challenging indeed. And that has been really quite stressful. So that's my number one question. My number two question is, let's see, I can't answer that. what new skills did I learn? Are you learning? I'm not learning new skills. I'm trying to listen more. I'm just trying to do everything a little bit more, and I'm also learning how to meditate properly and to be at one with the universe, that sort of thing. So maybe that's the skill. You know, what is my career growth? Um, Career growth, I think, is two things, because I have a day job and I do have my radio, and I control my whole radio thing. So the career growth is um, that I'm consistent and I'm trying to. And the interesting thing about it is this whole year, I haven't gone out to seek a guest. Most of the guests I get are people who want to come on my show. So that has been exciting. I've had Woody Meyer, massive coup for me, because he is somebody people seek, and he's got so many followers, and so getting Woody Meyer was actually quite a coup. What have I learned about myself? I don't know. I have learned that I am a work in progress. That is something that I've spent a lot of time not really dwelling on who I am or any of those things, but I've learned that I'm a work in progress. I've noticed also that people are suggesting that we talk about vaccines. We can only talk about vaccines if we have a doctor or a scientist or somebody in the medical profession to come on and talk. As I said before, the link for this show is on Facebook Live in the description. So if you're a doctor or a nurse or someone and you want to talk about vaccines, then please click on it and put your name in there and enter my broadcast, and I'll bring you up and we can talk. No problem at all. A friend of mine who's known me for years says she thinks I'm centered because I'm even better than when I was a teenager. So wow. There you go. What other question? How did you fail? How have you failed this year? Well, people, I have failed miserably with food. I have failed miserably. I can't stop. If I see food on the telly, or if I see something that someone's cooking, I'm gonna stop it, watch it, go and see if I have some of the ingredients, and I'm gonna cook it, and then I'm gonna eat it. I like food, so that is a major fail. I should really cut down, but I can't because I'm at home and I can cook, so I do. Now, someone's asking me a question. Do you believe that mankind will learn any lessons and make changes to the way we live? I don't know. I hope so. I hope so very seriously, that mankind will learn lessons. And also the life that we have has changed. So it's changed. It's never going to be the same again. The way that we've had our life now, and the way that we're going to be afraid of people coming close to us. We're going to be afraid of even family sometimes, because of what we're going through, and because every time we think it's getting better, it gets worse. So I don't think that we're going to be the same enough. We've changed. Mankind has changed. However, learning lessons, I'm not sure. I don't know if we have learned any lessons at all. time will tell. Time is going to show whether we've learned something or not. Another question. Oh, a description. 2020 grace. But for the grace of God, we wouldn't be listening to you. Patience, learning to tolerate each other's imperfections, empowerment. Women mothers stepped up to educate our kids, being inspiration to other women. That is true. That is something which we really need to address. The fact that with patience, with learning to tolerate each other's imperfections, women empowering themselves, mothers stepping up to educate their children, all of these things will change our world. I think women need to be inspirational to other women, inspirational to their children. So that was from Matilda. Thank you, Matilda. That's very powerful. I've got another question. Wow, I'm getting loads. Question. What have you learned since March 2020 about love and journeyed love? Oh God, I've learned so much about love since March 2020. And one of the things I've learned is to appreciate the people who love you and love them back. I appreciate your friend circle, appreciate your family, appreciate your, even appreciate your parents, even if they're dead. Appreciate how they have striven to get you to where you want to be or where they wanted you to be. And if you yourself have moved even further, we need to, love is a journey. And as the question is, what have I learned since March 2020 about love and journeyed love? Love itself is a journey, and love changes. And it depends on which journey you're on. It becomes either beautiful, or it becomes something to protect, or it becomes, love can turn into all sorts of things. The way that you start your love is not how you end it. So love, it depends on your journey. But I think if you love itself, everything will work out, because you look at things with the eyes of love and things will work out. This is what I think. Someone says, I appreciate my parents and will always appreciate them. Yes, I do the same. I appreciate my parents. I appreciate my mother and father. In fact, I appreciate all my ancestors, every one of them. I appreciate the journeys they have taken for me to be where I'm at now. I want to strive to be even better, but all the step of the way, I know that behind me, I have an army, and it's the army of my ancestors. Yes. I mean, this is a side of me that people don't know, but I am an earth child, and I am very grateful for the tribe which I'm from. I'm very grateful for the people who worked hard to get me to where they left me, and I'm grateful that they're looking over my shoulder and helping me to get where I am. And I'm sure a lot of people are the same. Silewa says, gratitude in 2020. Yes, I have so much gratitude. And every day when I'm doing my meditation, the first thing I say is thank you, thank you, thank you. I do go through, believe me, I do go through hell sometimes. And believe me, I have experienced such negative pain that I don't know what other people have appreciated. However, I am still in gratitude. And I have a friend who says God doesn't make a mistake. So there are times when I always say, is there a reason for this? What is the reason for this suffering? However, I am still grateful. because even if I haven't learned anything, I know that it may help me in the future. So I am grateful. Let's see, is there any more questions in there? Um, Mr. Nyako is laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at. And so someone says food is love. Let's see. Yeah. And Lily says the universe is always conspiring in our favor. And I believe that, because there are times if you stop, when bad things happen or whatever it is, even good things, even when good things happen and you stop, sometimes you can ask, are you there? Is it you? So whoever it is that you pray to, whoever it is that you talk to, yes, there are people helping you along the way. I don't know. People are saying I'm not gobby. I knew I wasn't gobby. I knew I was a very non-gobby person, but okay. Now, some of the written questions, the ones that I printed out is, how did you have fun in 2020? I don't know. I play a lot of music and hop about. I'm not a very good dancer, but I'm a very good hopper. So I hop about. And I do have Lily, my friend, my sister, cousin, friend, and she hops about in her house, and then she calls me, and then we both kind of jump about and do things. Sometimes I do it happily, sometimes I do it begrudgingly. It depends on my mood. But yeah. Oh. Someone says, Shirley Osborne says, it is important to acknowledge and show appreciation for our ancestors. I make time for them every day. Oh, excellent. So I've got someone else who does that. I do that. I'm grateful for mine. I've got their pictures on my walls. I'm you know, I am there. How do I keep fit? Oh my God, that's a big one. Brent, what kind of question is that? You know, I am one of the world's most reluctant. I do not do gym. I wasn't doing gym before, but now I walk, and it's two things, because I walk for the physical, which I'm not fit. I'm not fit. I'm far from fit. But I do go for walks, especially when my children are around. I go with my son. I go, that sort of thing. We walk almost every day, unless it's raining. Then I don't go out. But I do try and walk, because that is the only exercise that I get. And then we started going up and down my stairs. Sometimes we do it, sometimes I forget, and the day goes and it's done. I'm tired. I haven't done it. But I try and do little things. And then for my mentally, when I'm walking, I'm always singing or doing something, or I try to, be positive. I think positive. I'm always trying to be positive, and I have to remind myself, and I try, and I, that sort of thing. So this is a trick question. How do I keep fit? I am not fit, but if you ask me my physical and mental, yes, I walk, I hop about, I try, and I read a book. But one of the other things I also do is I go on YouTube and I listen to affirmations, and then I say to myself, I do the affirmations thing. And I do have a few friends who are listening now we talked about meditation. So meditation is also good. But there are a lot of things. A friend of mine was very upset because she's just I mean, she's 50. She had targeted a job. She's graduated from university. She was hoping to be looking, this is the time for her to be looking for a job and doing all sorts of things. And she had given herself 10 years to be in that field of work. And now, because of COVID, she has to stay in her old job. And she was miserable and she was crying when she was telling me. And I said to her, but do you know that a lot of people are being furloughed? Do you know that people are losing their jobs? Are you not grateful that you are in a job that is paying you still? Are you not grateful that in this pandemic, even though you had all these great plans, you can still work and work from home? At the time that we were having the chat, she felt that I wasn't being, I don't know, compassionate, or I wasn't agreeing with her. But I thought that I was speaking the truth. So anyway, a few days later, she called me back and she said, I didn't want to admit it, but you're right. I'm grateful for the job I have. I am happy that I am in a job right now, and I even have time to plan the sort of job that I want to go in when the COVID is over and look for, So I think sometimes we have to look at the positives within the negative, and sometimes plans change. I haven't traveled out of this country for over 4 years, and I had planned to attend a birthday party in Las Vegas, and I was also hoping to go this year, and my passport had expired. So I had been to go and get this passport done. I spent a day in Victoria having it all sorted out. I had planned the day. We had bought the ticket. I hadn't bought the hotel and all of that yet, but it was all in the process when COVID struck. So all my plans for going abroad were dashed. I hadn't seen this friend of mine who it was her birthday. I hadn't seen her for years. There was so much excitement. It hasn't happened. Another thing that I had planned was, it was my birthday and it was a big one. And I had already booked the venue, but I hadn't sent out, my birthday is in September. So I hadn't yet sent out my invitation, or because we were planning it, and a friend of mine was saying she was going to design it, and there was all this excitement about what I was going to wear. I already had the dress I was going to wear. And because of COVID, I didn't have the party. I had a quiet, we ordered food, we all sat around. It was very quiet, but somehow I'm okay. I do not feel too much pain. On the day when I woke up, I was very grateful that it was my birthday and all of that. Halfway through, I was a little bit sad because I really had plans of living it up, dancing. I had a DJ, but by the end of the day, I was calm, because in all things, we give thanks. So I left it there. So, it was an okay bed. Oh, and Lily came over and she brought her mommy, and it ended up being a really happy birthday for me. So this is me, personal. I'm telling you that sometimes things happen and it's painful, but you need to move on. You need to move up from there. A lot of my cousins have passed away in this 2020. My family members have died. And that was really challenging. That was difficult. And we had the funerals mostly on Zoom. because some of them were in Ghana, some of them were in America, my nephew. And it was really painful. And just even thinking about it wants to reduce me to tears, but I will not cry. And when you look back on it, you think, we are in a war. This year, 2020, is like being in a war. And what do? You have to pick yourself up and try. The whole idea is survival. And as you are surviving, you're trying to remember your friends. You have to keep in touch with your family. You have to do all of the positive things that keep you going. So, it's tough, but life goes on. Yeah. What other questions have I got? Have I got new questions there? Thank you. People are giving me condolences. Oh, someone on here is saying that having lost close friends and relatives in 2020, her deep reflection has been to live each day glorifying God and impacting the lives of those around her. So Galatians 6 was quoted to her by her father many years ago. And this year, its meaning has been profound to her. Yes. When you reflect, there is pain in it, there is happiness in it, there is thoughts in it, there is all sorts of emotions in reflection. I'm reflecting now, and some of it is painful, some of it is happy, and we just have to roll with the punches, I think. So, oh, someone says I look tranquil. What's the make of the color of my lipstick? I can tell you the color of my lipstick right now. It is, oh my God, it is Maybelline Matte Ink, and it is number 20. So 20 is written, this is what it looks like. Ooh, where is the camera? Yeah. So this is what it looks like. And at the top of it, it says 20. Now, I like this because it's red, but it's I don't know, it's not rude, it's not aggressive, it's just red. And I wear it, that's what I wear most of the time. But then if I'm going to a party, I look for a much more brash red. I love it. Yeah. Someone says her New Year resolution is to spruce up, and so she's she's accepting all beauty tips. Oh my God. Yep. Okay, so another question is, how do we diverse peeps float through the global battle in terms of our learning level? Oh, I don't know. How do we diverse people to float through the global battle? This global battle that we're having, sometimes I despair because I don't know I need help with this, because sometimes I don't know if a little old me can fight a big, the people who are controlling the world, are controlling my country. What more the world? So there are times when you despair about things, and you depending on your attitude towards life, sometimes you don't know where to look, whether to look left or right. You don't know who to speak to. You do speak. One of the interesting things though is we are all on WhatsApp groups, Facebook channels, all sorts, and people say all sorts of things freely. And when people say them and you bring your views forward and you think, well, these are people who think like me, and then someone throws in a spanner and challenges your thoughts, and you think, oh my God, oh, could it be this? Could it be that? I wonder how we can, I don't know if we can change anything, because it looks like the wheels are already churning. And unless we do something, but I don't know what we can do. So if anyone has any suggestions, and Bren, who's asking the question, what do you think? I don't know. I haven't got a solution. And every time you think you have thought about something, someone throws something in and you're not sure, and you start to think and you start to wonder. However, the wheel is still moving. People are going to be vaccinated whether you like it or not. All sorts of things are going to happen whether you like it or not. So I don't know. I don't know. This year, um, people ask me, what do you want for Christmas? I do not want material things, because I have learned that what do you do? If I bought a dress today, where am I going to go with it right now for Christmas? Christmas Day, I have so many clothes. So I'll just wear one of what I have. If perfume, I don't go out much. So even if you spray yourself every day, a little a day, you still have loads. So all I want is for us to be kind to each other. It's one of my biggest prayers, that we are kind to each other, that we have compassion, that we listen a little bit more. That is my Christmas present. If I'm having a chat with you, I don't mind if you listen to me. I will listen to you, because I'm training myself to continually listen to people. And that is one of the most important things. I think we don't listen enough. We're rushing around. It could be because of work, because of family, because of this or that. But in this time, whilst we're being continually thrown into our houses and asked not to come out, this is our chance to think a little bit more, be kind a little bit more, listen a little bit more, and just get on with life a little bit more, or plan our life for when the doors open and we can go out. I don't know. So, yeah. Do you know, I thought I would be only speaking for half an hour, and it's 42 now, so I've been speaking for 42 minutes. I don't know what else to tell you. I do have a lot of questions. People ask me the strangest questions, but I'm not going to tell you all of them, because some of them are very personal. And I don't know how people enter my inbox to say these things to me. Well, yeah. What did I let go is a question that two people asked me. Now, that it was a question like, what did you stop? Or what did you let go? Um, One of the things I let go is complaining. Complaining. I don't complain very much anymore. I do listen to people who, when they complain. And don't get me wrong, I am not perfect at all. But I do not complain, because I'm grateful to be alive, and I'm grateful to be busy, and I'm grateful that I have food. I'm grateful that my children are healthy. And so I haven't got time to complain anymore. I'm not on the bus, I'm not on the train. Those are the things I complain a lot about. I'm late, I blame the train, I blame the tube, I do all these. I don't do that anymore. So I think it's one of the things that we all need to learn to do. Or the minute you decide that I'm not going to do these things, then you don't do them. I've got a big question coming up, and it says the question is genetic diversity. How many people in the human population of our kind were involved in the vaccine trial? Why can't I get the data? I just wanted to know what you think. Am I being too concerned? What do you think? Okay. First of all, the question on genetic diversity. already we're discussing the fact that over here in the Western world, Black people are more susceptible to the illness and therefore they're dying more. Some people are suggesting, and I don't have the graphs to tell you this because this is a very random question, is that most of the people who are dying are the people in the front line. And it's not that argument of, oh, they live in squalid conditions or they live in overcrowded homes or anything. I mean, a lot of people are nurses, doctors, teachers, and all of these people are the Black people are the ones who have no option and take on the job and do what they have to do, and then they die because they catch the illness. Some people go into hospitals, they're not looked after properly. I don't know. This is what they're saying. So, how many people in the human population of our kind involved in the vaccine trial? I have no idea at all. But I think if you look in the medical journals on Google, you may find the answer there. But if not, we'll have to look for it, and I'll put it in the comment section of Facebook Live. Where can I get the data? You can try and get the data from. There was in the news today, actually, there was a data about the number of people, why we are in all sorts of tiers, etc. But if you talk about the human population, I do not know. And we can look in the medical journals on Google or ask somebody who knows this sort of thing. So I'll find out. I just wanted to know what you think. I am baffled as to why more people are dying in the Western world who are Black than people in Africa itself. So that is a big concern for me. You're not being too concerned. This is a question that if you are concerned about the population of our kind, as you put it, then we need to talk about it. Someone's asking me, Edith is asking, what will you miss when life returns to normal? I will miss working from home because I think that I prefer working from home. The journey was too much for me. There was always this rush, leaving home in the dark and returning in the dark was just too much. Then also going out to, I had other things as well. So I was always kind of coming home late, like by midnight and all of that. So it's easier to work from home. It's easier to do a lot of your things from home. If you have to go out, yes, you do. But I will miss working from home. Yeah. I don't know what else I'm going to say. I will also, Tahira is going to miss being close to her loved ones all the time when she goes back to work and life returns to normal. Life is not going to return to normal as we think. It will try and return to normal, but not as we think. I don't think so. Somehow something tells me that life is going to be difficult. In a way that it's going to be a new thing that we're all going to learn. So let's hope that things work out well for all of us. What I am, I know if you enjoy working from home, that's a new normal. Yeah, I mean, working from home is the new normal, and I hope it stays that way. Oh, Tilewa says, I hope things never return to the normal we knew. It's my prayer that we create a new normal that has less greed, more compassion and empathy. Yes, less greed, more compassion and empathy is the way to go. At the moment, I don't know whether because we're all scared of what's coming around the corner, we are a bit more patient with people. We are a bit kinder. And there is no chance for greed anyway, because apart from the people buying the toilet rolls in Costco, you go to Costco, and because of this pandemic, the people go and buy all the toilet roll. I just wanted one batch, that's all. And you can't even get one. Now that is greed. If you have, and Costco doesn't shut, in this kind of pandemic, Costco is still open. So why would you go and buy everything and all the water as well? So people, Tilawa is asking that our new normal should be less greed, more compassion and empathy. And I think that's what we need. That is exactly what we need. We need to be kinder to ourselves. We need to be more patient to ourselves. And we need to continue to view ourselves as kith and kin. And that's the only way that we can move forward. It's Christmas. And this is how I started the show. I started the show saying it is Christmas, 2 days to Christmas. And this is the time when people visit, when you have guests. I normally have my nieces and nephews getting ready with their beds, in the living room. We watch movies, we bake, make pancake in the morning, and all of the things that we do at Christmas is not happening this year. It's going to be everyone being in their homes. People are not traveling, and it's just sad. So at this time, this is a time for us to start thinking of how we project ourselves into the future, how we will lead our lives, how we will try and stay safe. But while being safe, remember to be kind to each other. Yes, that is what we need. People, I have enjoyed this show. I was just going to read questions people asked me, and you have also asked me more. I think this reflection has been good for me. I hope it has been good for you too. We always need to reflect. We always need to be careful how we go along and how we affect people as well. It's something that is good. One of the things today, I was chatting with a friend of mine. I've known her since primary school. We went to the same secondary school. She's my junior, but she's my friend. And we had a chat. And after we'd had the chat, I thought, oh, I'm grateful for this friendship. And it is very important that we feel that we appreciate our people, the people that are around us. Anne is saying she has learned not to sweat the small stuff, to require less, to live with less, much more to appreciate the people I love and those who love me, and above all be myself. That I said that in the beginning. We have to appreciate the people who love us. We love them back. And above all, be yourself. I am myself most of the time. People who know me know me. I am a shy girl, and I can still, talk for England. That doesn't stop me from being shy. And I can, hold my own. That doesn't make me aggressive. And all of that. So I think I need to go now. And next week, I may not be on, but I'll let you know. The week after that will be the first Wednesday in the new year. So we can talk about how we view the coming year, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. But above all, we need to stay safe continually. We wash our hands. In fact, wash your face. If you have a steamer, You know when you go out and come back. Um, and just love yourself. And through loving yourself, you will love people around you. Merry Christmas, my people. And thank you so much for listening, joining me, and making me feel like I'm not alone or talking to myself. That also is good. Have a happy Christmas, all of you. Bye bye. Be well.